Hello, Aries. This is Tarot Queen Jamila, and I'm here to do your yearly tarot spread. So this is going to be for 2017, 2018, and it's also going to talk about 2019. So I'm really excited to do this because we're going to look in the past, we're going to look in the present year, and really look in the year ahead of us. So, yeah, so I think this will be interesting. So this is going to be a yearly spread for 2017, 2018, and 2019. So you did hear it right, Aries, okay? Now, first of all, I hope you guys are digging the forest sounds. I also have my allergy sinus relief frequency sort of playing at a very comfortable rate in the background because my allergies have just really been acting crazy today. I probably need to vacuum my floors and stuff. So that usually does give me some relief. But anyway, so I'm kind of, I don't know, just, I'm going to drink a whole bunch of water and take some vitamin C. Because vitamin C always seems to instantly make my allergies feel better. So anyway, so please forgive any frogginess in my voice, okay? I am going to be using a new tarot deck, the Wildwood Tarot, so just make sure that you uh, just are aware of that, okay? Because this deck is slightly different from the traditional tarot, okay? All right, I am going to, first of all, call to the protective spirits, um, Archangel Michael, Raphael for protection and healing. And we want to call to the spirit guides for the Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and even cross watchers. Okay, we want to look at Aries. We want to look at lessons from the previous year. So what lessons did Aries learn in 2017? Okay, what Aries can expect in the next year. So from this will actually be crossing over into 2019, but for 2018, 2019, because we're already in May. Okay, a challenge that Aries will face this year. Okay, so what challenges will Aries face this year? How can Aries harness their inner power? Advice on lessons that Aries learned last year. Guidance for the year ahead. So what are you seeing in the year ahead for the Aries? And clarity. So Aries personal theme for the year. So this is a seven card spread. Oops, my little tree of life thingy is getting discombobulated. So card number 1 will be your sunset. Card number 2 is the horizon. Card number 3 is the obstacle. Card number 4 is the strength. Number 5 is advice. Number 6 is navigation. And number 7 is clarity. Okay, so that will be your personal theme for this year. It's the final card. So I'm going to cut the cards and I'm going to lay your cards out, Aries. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you need a private reading, the link to my website is below. All right, I'm just laying your cards out here. And I'm having to lay them sideways because I am like sort of to the side. So it can actually be a little confusing trying to lay these out. So I'm getting it though. I am getting it. Okay, and then the final card. Now, let's see how I am doing with, sorry guys, if you guys can see me working my mouse over here. Okay, so here are your cards. Okay, I'll just hold them up if I want you to see them closer. All right, so told you guys it just feels like it's something over my throat. Good grief. Okay, so the Ace of Stones comes up as card number 1. The Ace of Stones. Now this represents lessons from your previous year. So Aries, what you learned last year was that, you know, being being confident and being strong. I feel like it's being strong. I also feel as though it had something to do with your stability. I feel like last year was all about trying to build up your, not only your tolerance, but then also build up your finances. Okay. So I feel like last year you may have gotten a new job. A lot of you Aries may have, gotten a new job, maybe started a new business. Feel like it represents something that you did that took a lot of confidence. And, it also took a lot of zest for life, okay? What you can expect in the next year. So in 2018, you got the Three of Vessels, which is joy. So I feel like this year is going to be all about happiness within the next year. So like I said, if it's been unhappy so far for you, going in the next year. So what you can expect in the next year, which could be 12 months from now, which will be May of 2019. So what you can expect in the next year, the Three of Vessels, feel like a lot of you can be expecting children. A lot of you can be expecting maybe getting back together with somebody, maybe healing your inner child. Maybe you're going to work out some emotional issues with someone in your family. So I feel like the Three of Vessels coming up is definitely something to look forward to for you, Aries, because it's just that really, really happy feeling. It's nothing wrong with being happy. Okay, so the Three of Vessels replaces the Three of Cups. Okay, the Ace of Stones replaces the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so just in case. You guys, also I feel as though in like last year you began to realize that you needed to take better care of your health as well. Okay, so you started to work on that as well as far as your personal health last year. You may have had some kind of health scare or something. Okay, now an obstacle that you'll face this year, Aries, is the Page of Stones. Okay, so the Page of Stones is comparable to the Page of Coins or the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like it's centered around a person that is an earth sign energy. The energy of the stone is earth, so it's still an earth sign person. And I kind of feel as though the obstacle that you're going to be facing is feel like the Page of Stones represents, it represents dealing with a dog eat dog world. I feel like Aries, on a lot of levels, you are very sensitive to people that are sort of, what's the word that I'm looking for? I feel like you're sensitive to people that are sort of materialistic. That's a sensitive spot for you, Aries. Materialistic people, it's a sensitive spot for you. I also do feel as though the Page of Stones, it could represent something to do, someone at your job. Someone at your job, okay? I feel like this is someone at your job. The page does represent communication. I'm not really referencing the book for these particular readings because, it is all about my intuition. But I am just curious about this page of stones. And I just want to give you guys some more information because I feel like this is really, really important. And I do want to try to read this book little by little. It's funny that this page of stones actually represents study and scholarship, school, apprenticeship. So yeah, just like what I said, I feel like it has something to do with some kind of issue on a new job. I feel like you're going to be having possible issues, or I feel like there's definitely obstacles within that. Let's do a clarifier. Spirits, give me some clarity on this page of stones. What exact message is the page of stones bringing to the Aries? Okay, so the Queen of Arrows comes up. So what am I getting from that Queen of Arrows? I'm not really getting much. Well, I'll tell you that. And you know what? The Queen of Arrows is a person. I don't know why I'm not sensing much. I can tell you that it is a court card. So both of these are people. That's just what my spirits are telling me. Both of those are people. What advice do you want to give to Aries about these people? So Queen of Arrows is air energy. That would be an air sign. The Page of Stones would be earth. Okay. The Six of Bows. Okay. I feel as though the obstacle that you are facing is sort of trying to please these people while you try to please others. So I kind of feel like, again, this is people on your job. It's people on your job. I feel like the obstacle being the Six of Bowls is that I feel as though you might be feeling like you're putting way too much into it. And you may already feel that way right now, but you may feel like you're putting more into it than everyone else. And other people just kind of don't care. But you more so take the whole situation seriously, while other people kind of screw around. Okay, so that can be really annoying at work. It can be really annoying dealing with people like that at work. So that's really all I can get from that, is that you've got obstacles with an earth sign and then as well as an air sign that you'll face this year. And so I do want to tell you that it's a work in progress. You just got back up on your feet. So you really want to, just learn from the experiences that you've already had. Because if you were able to achieve this from the previous year, you just want to make sure that you protect yourself, that you protect your thoughts, that you protect your mind, body, and your spirit. That's really the only thing that you can do. Okay? But they're evidently coming up as an obstacle. I do feel as though it has something to do with work. It could possibly be your personal life. It's a possibility. For that to come up under an obstacle, it would mean that your ex is going to try to get some money out of you this in the next year. So that definitely, I just got that message that could be your ex trying to get money out of you because they know that you have it. Okay. Uh, your strength card, or how to harness your inner power, you got the Woodward. So the Woodward is AKA the strength card. So, I feel like the Woodward is representing being very confident while at the same time being strong and being courageous, okay? But also being smart, being the master of your own mind, not allowing people to manipulate your mind, okay? Is what I'm getting from this card. Okay, it's the same exact thing as the it's a little slight difference in the detail of that card. But I mean, you guys get the picture. I mean, I really do love this deck. Just to let you guys know, this, in this book, it relates this card to symbolism related to fire deities as well. So feel as though this is your fire energy. This is your willpower. So how to harness your inner power with the strength card coming up. This is sort of where you don't waste too much of your energy either. Represents maturity. Now, it does represent passion. It represents compassion, but it also represents, your protective instincts. So feel as though it's not just your physical strength. You can also use your mind. So, and I also do feel as though your spirit guides are telling you to protect your mind, which is very, very important. Okay, because somebody could be really, really watching a lot of what you're doing and possibly stealing your ideas from you. Now, for your advice card, lessons that you learned last year, you got the Wanderer. So this is AKA the Fool card. So last year, you basically, I feel like a lot of you rekindled old flames. A lot of you Aries rekindled old flames. A lot of you Aries, started out something new. It was something new that started, something that was a major life event that started last year, but it required for you to kind of trust in your instincts, okay? It required for you to have a lot of trust in your spirits and, trust in your own judgment, okay? So you learned that it's really better to trust your own judgment, okay, over others. And then also the Wanderer or the Fool card represents your crown chakra. So this is your connection with with the God energy, with the universal energy. So you learned that, and you learned to follow your own instincts. And um, so I do feel like a lot of you did learn, you resolved some trust issues last year in 2017. Okay. Now, your navigation card is the Ten of Arrows. So this is just like the Ten of Swords. Okay, but it's the arrows. So, and in this particular deck, you can see the key word for it is instructions. So I want you to interpret it both ways as the traditional tarot. I feel as though for your guidance for the year ahead, feel like for the Ten of Arrows to come up, I feel as though this is where you need to watch your back. And it's not to say that you can't relax. It's not to say that you have to stay in a constant state but just be aware, okay? And because traditionally the Ten of Swords is somewhat of a negative, it represents being betrayed, okay? It can represent some kind of sorrow, some kind of defeat. Okay. I feel like the Ten of Swords in this case, like for some reason, it represents male instruction. It represents family, and it represents the male energy in your family. That's why it's the 10, and that's why it's the arrows, aka the swords. So that's why it's a father teaching his son how to shoot or fire back. So again, you need to watch your back. You need to be, just ready. And I feel like it does have something to do with maybe some people that you're associated with. Maybe you just want to watch your back around those people. But that's your navigation card, okay? So I feel like spirits is saying that even though you have had this lesson in trust this year or last year, but you got to roll with the punches sometimes. You can't always expect people like you. It's not that you have to expect somebody to be a certain way, but it's almost like how do you react to it? So, I feel like that's what this card is talking about. And that's really, when you look at the illustration of the card, you can see what's happening with as far as being strong, taking cover. And then also, I feel as though you need to do more protection. I feel like this card comes up for protection. Okay. So, yeah. And I don't know. I was actually talking about that earlier with as far as like, because what I'm sensing, and I will clarify why this 10 of arrows comes up in your reading. Spirit, give me some clarity on the 10 of arrows. Clarity on the 10 of arrows. Okay, the 2 of stones. So this is possibly, definitely somebody at work. More than likely, this 10 of arrows is representing watching your back at work. But then again, I also feel like the 2 of stones does represent some kind of obstacle that you could be facing in your relationship, in particular if it's with an earth sign. Okay. Final advice on the 2 of stones. See, the blasted oak. Feel like in the next year, there seems to be like a significant amount of change centered around a possible partnership with with an earth sign. It could be any zodiac sign. It could be an air sign as well. But the blasted oak, okay, that is AKA the Tower card. So I feel like there's going to be some unexpected change surrounding, that relationship with that person. It's either the relationship is going to change or go through changes or challenges. Okay. And so I kind of feel as though what you're looking at is sort of the wool being pulled over from over your eyes, Aries. Like I feel as though you are going to be seeing things clearly in the next year, dealing with a situation. And it could be any area in your life, but I feel like whether or not it's a relationship, whether or not it's work, whatever it is, it's some kind of, false belief that you had set up. So, the blasted oak or the tower card, it's not necessarily to be feared. It's actually change for the better. And it's when you go through that change and you think, oh, I don't like this change. But then you realize that it is change for the better, like it was actually a blessing. Okay. Um, your final outcome, okay, your personal theme for the year for 2018. You got the Eight of Bowls, okay? So the Eight of Bowls is the Eight of Wands or either the Eight of Staves, okay? But except it's the bowls. And so it is that fire energy. It is that motivation. So I feel as though it does represent for this year. I feel as though where you may have been stuck last year, things are sort of really, really advancing and moving forward for you. You know, I do see a lot of victories and I do see a lot of things. But I will tell you that at the same time, I do feel as though with some of these cards coming up that you want to be careful that you don't allow other people to push you. Okay, so the Eight of Wands could represent that pressure to do something, okay? Because I feel as though I feel like the Eight of Bowls, first of all, it's based upon the decisions that you make. So I feel like the decisions that you make for the next year, I can definitely see you possibly sitting back and taking account before you make important decisions. Okay? That is what I am sensing with that one. Okay? Is that you are going to be sitting back, taking account, taking your time to make decisions. You're not going to be pressured. Okay? Now, the Eight of Bowls in this particular deck, the symbolism is the hearth fire. A hearth fire gives warmth and light in the deep midwinter. Warmth of life, love, and friendship are shared generously. There is a sincere desire for celebration, security, and harmony, shared with companions and kindred spirits. This also leads to the attainment of innermost peace and the feelings of personal well being and achievement. Okay? So, yeah, this is a beautiful card for you to get. Hope leads to the attainment of innermost dreams, desires, and security, fueling your soul with belief in yourself, your values, and natural justice. To commune with a close fellowship of friends and family, tested and loyal to a common moral code, belief, or way of life brings a blessing. A gathering of friends and family around a place of common emotional significance, symbolism, and safety is a powerful experience. So that's your card for the years, the Eight of Bowls, okay? All right, Aries, thank you so much for watching. Again, um, if you need personal readings, the link to my website is below. Like I said, I do offer video readings, video readings, and Skype readings. So you can contact me below for a private reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the new deck. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up button and see you guys next time. Love and light and blessed be.